Hi everyone. Today I get to introduce you to the Gritzner Tipmatic 6152 DFT sewing machine. A sewing machine with a large stitch selection and modern design. Included in the delivery is, of course, the foot pedal, a pair of fabric scissors, and the instruction manual. And of course, a lot of small accessories. A hardcover case is included to protect the machine. But before I go into more detail about the sewing machine, I'll first show you the accessories. I always find it really important that instruction manuals are well made, and here I really can't say anything negative. The instruction manual is really very detailed, with really good pictures and made totally understandable for everyone. Now, let's get to the accessories included in the delivery. These 5 replacement needles, this brush with seam ripper, this small screwdriver, this thread spool holder, an edge guide, several bobbins, and really a lot of presser feet. Basically all the ones you need. Okay, now let's get to the sewing machine itself. We have a removable sewing surface here, and now take a look. Here we have the option to neatly organize the sewing accessories. And look how super tidy that looks. Underneath, we still have space for more accessories. The bobbin, of course, goes in here at the bottom. We flip this open and take out the bobbin case. I tried to film how I changed the bobbin, but it's hard to see in the video. But here too, there's a really detailed good description in the instruction manual. We put the bobbin back in. Close it up, and later I'll show you how to bring the bobbin thread up. But now I'll first show you how to thread the upper thread. We insert the upper thread. Put a spool cap on it. We take the thread. This needs to go through the slot here. Then once through the hook at the top. Go down once on the left side. Up again on the right side. At the top, from left to right, through the take-up lever. And down again. Finally, the thread through one of the side thread guides. This sewing machine has an automatic needle threader. That helps thread the needle super easily. To do this, it just needs to be pulled down, wrapped around once on the left, once through a small hook, and boom, the thread is in. To bring up the bobbin thread, the machine should remain off. We turn the hand wheel once, and then we already have the bobbin thread up. Pull it out a bit more at the back, and done. The thread cutter is located here on the side at the back to cut off the excess thread end. The preparations are complete, and now let's turn it on. This red button is the on-off switch. Here, on the flip-up lid at the top, you have the overview of the large stitch selection. For example, if you want stitch selection A, you simply press A. But if, for example, you want a stitch where 2 letters are shown, you simply press these 2 letters simultaneously. By the way, the stitch width adjustment dial is here at the top to determine how wide the stitches should be. Right next to it is the needle position adjustment dial to determine the position of the needle. With this little wheel, you can determine the upper thread tension. The normal setting range is, by the way, between 4 and 6. This here is the stitch length adjustment dial. And then there's also the decorative stitch adjustment dial. Each decorative stitch has its own letter. One of the most frequent questions is always, what is the noise level of the sewing machine? So listen carefully now. So compared to some other sewing machines I've had here, this one is really one of the quietest. Furthermore, I am totally impressed by the stability of this sewing machine. You wouldn't believe what unstable machines I've had standing on this table. This one is really so stable. There's really nothing negative to say about the seams. They are really top-notch, truly clean, truly neat, truly good, including the decorative stitches. Something else that makes this sewing machine special, by the way, is this DFT system, a dual feed, or more precisely, an upper fabric feed. The guide ruler is also super easy to insert, by the way. Simply insert it through the hole at the back and screw it tight in the corresponding position with the holding screw. The presser feet are also super easy and straightforward to change, by the way. So my impression of the Gritzner sewing machine is really great. And I have to say, this is also the first sewing machine that truly competes with my current favorite machine. This stability and this large stitch selection, the upper and lower feed, the super simple operation, and this 4-step buttonhole automatic. Nothing is missing here, and the value for money is simply right. You can find the link to the Gritzner Tipmatic 6152 linked below in the info box.